Bays Will. We're one of the welder instructors at the West Dallas campus. I'm just going to show you, we've got some new Lincoln 350s here, Power Waves. Beautiful machines. They do a lot of good things. There's tons of settings on there. However, they could be complicated if you don't exactly understand what's going on. So we're going to do a little run through on what this machine, how to set it up and how to get it going and all that. And then later on in another video, I'll actually show you how to weld with it. Today I just want to show you how to set it all up. So virtually, you know, we've got flux core on this side right now. So on the flux core, if we open this up, these wheels right here should be flux core wheels. They should be knurled, and they are, as we see. However, I got some right here that are just regular V-groove. Those are for hardwire. These ones right here are for knurled. They're the right ones that are on for the flux core. So this flux core is dual shield that I have on here today. So the dual shield means that I actually have to have gas and the shielding from the flux. So when we have that, we always have it on mix B, which our mix B is 75-25. So it's 75% argon, 25% CO2. And we use that for flux core because it helps with penetration and it just works good for flux core. Now, however, if we were doing hardwire, we would have more options. We use 75-25, we're doing short circuit. If we were doing spray transfer, we'd want to have 90-10 because you at least have to have 80% argon in order for it to spray properly, have true spray, and then globulars in between there. But for now, I just want to show you here. Students got this wrapped up. We're going to unwrap it for just a second here. So this is my, so if I'm doing this and I have gas going to it, I'm DC electrode positive. So DC electrode positive because I want the electrode to be on the positive. So that's what we have it set up for right now. DC electrode positive, therefore the work lead is going to come off of here and it's going to be on the negative because I want that to be, you know, negative side. Electrode positive, that's what we're after, as long as we're using gas. Now if I was self-shielded, we'd have to switch it around because we want to make it direct current electrode negative if we're not using gas. Now, you can see, last person who left us here, maybe should have had it cleaned up a little bit. So on our nozzle, we want to make sure it's nice and clean. Here, this is a contact tip. So there's contact tip. I'll show you where the contact tips are here in a minute. Want to cut that like that. You can put a new contact tip on when you want it. This one here is fine. Put this one on. Tighten it up. That's why you got Welpers. These aren't brand new, but they work. You got a little tightener up there. Here you got the nozzle for your gas to come out. So if I was to hit this, you'd have the nozzle, there gas would be coming out. So now it looks pretty clean. I can go ahead and put on my nozzle again. Stick it right in here. Come back and look at the machine here. There's some options on this machine that are very nice. So if I turn the machine on, first of all, I have to turn the power on. So the main power right here for the machine, right there we go. Then I come over here and give it a minute, make sure, go ahead and turn my machine on. Now, this thing has got tons of information in there. So you gotta let it go through all of its programming. Don't just start hitting triggers and messing around with things. You gotta wait for it to do all of its stuff. And then once it gets all up, it's loaded properly, then we can push the buttons that we need. Now, automatically when you hit power in here, the fans automatically come on in our building because we got good fans. Take, you know, any kind of great exhaust fan, great exhaust system, but it kicks on as soon as it recognizes power into the machine. So they'll kick on right away. Now we have this on. I want to show you a couple things that's really cool about this machine. On the side here, if you look, this one right here will be for purge. So you can see right now nothing's happening. So I got to come over here, turn this on. I can actually go just like this. Let's say I want it to be 30 CFH, cubic feet per hour. Do it right there. Good to go. Now, if I want to not have the gas come on, but I want to run new wire out, I hit this other one, wire will come out. So like if I'm changing the wire, if I'm doing a certain thing, wire will come out. So it's a really good feature. Clean that off. There we go. Now coming back to this machine, there's all kinds of different settings on here. So when you're looking at it, if you start with 1, it's 70/18 for stick. 2, it's for 60/10. Whoops. 3, it's for TIG. Pipe, stick. Standard CV, so this is standard CV. You can use this for just doing short circuit. 6, this is flux core with self-shielded. Flux 7 is flux core with gas shielded. 8, TIG pulse. 9's arc gouging. 10's, now this is another one if it's 35 wire, CV CO2. 11, that's a popular one that we use, is CV argon mix. So we got 75-25 or 90-10, all 35 wire. Then you got pulse. So you can just keep right on going. I mean, this thing has, it gets different sizes, different types of metal transfer, all different kinds of things. And it goes all the way up to, I don't know, it just keeps right on going. This thing's amazing. But then it starts off with all it kind of being preset with parameters. So let's go back to 11 once. So right here, as you turn this, you can see the other one turning as well. So it compensates for it. Now, it doesn't stop you from being able to adjust it yourself a little bit. You can adjust it up or down if you want to do something different. But it'll give you kind of a preset there. Alright? So now the next thing you want to do is, we want to change this wire. Okay? So what we're going to do is, I'm going to pop this off, open that up, take this here off. Take that off. Now, this has got to come off. However, I don't want, anytime you're changing those wheels, you don't want the wire to come just flying out at you. So, go ahead and cut that. Put that in there. Slide this off by clicking it right here. When you click it right here, I've taken that off. Bring this. Actually, let's set it over here for now. Grab a new one. Put this one on. Now what we're going to do is, now that we got the flux core off, we're going to actually, the knurled wheels, we're going to take those off. We're going to go ahead and pop the hard wire wheels on, which are for 035 wire. They're V-groove. Because we use knurled, we use the knurled wires for flux core. We use the V-groove for hard wire, and then the U-groove for soft wire. So, I gotta find my other one. I think I got it on my dash right here. So there we go. Now I got to pull out that other wire. Now I could have just went ahead and fed that right back in there, but this way I'm just going to pull this out today just to show you. I'm bringing this wire out. I would go ahead and take off this contact tip. Always makes it way easier. Take that off. And then we'll go ahead and open this up. Pull this right straight out like this. Like I said, I could have clipped this end and reel it back in, then I would have had all this waste. But I just want to show you pulling it out of there. So you get this wire out of here. Obviously, flux core is like sheet metal. It busts really easy. So in that situation, you know, it breaks and bends really easy. That's why if you don't have everything set quite right, it can make a bird's nest really easy and make a big old mess. But we're going to go ahead and clip this. Pull that off. I'm going to set this here for now. Now I'm going to actually throw this in the dumpster when we're done. Got to make sure you do that as a student. We're going to come over here. Now this is another one where I talk about you definitely got to hold your wire. Definitely. You don't want that wire to take off on you. If that wire takes off on me, I'm going to have a big old mess because you can never get it back the same way it was. Right now, it's all... These aren't the best wallpers, but there we go. So now I'm going to feed this through while holding it. Feeding it right through there. Now once I get it in there a little ways, you know, a foot or so, I'm pretty confident it's not going to go nowhere. I'm going to go ahead and put my pieces back on here. Now every machine's a little different. You know, the Miller machine's different. We'll be doing a video of that one too. But on this Lincoln, this is how you change this one. Go ahead and set it back in there. Pop that piece back in. Now we're good. Now we can actually push that. Let me grab a hold of this end. See. Well, also got to remember to put this piece back on too, because if this thing is spinning, which is easy to forget, as I'm turning this thing, it could just fly off. So now it's back on nice and safe. I want to go ahead and hit this. Now we can. Okay, shoots it right out. Go ahead, put our contact tip back on. Now, one of the biggest things is people always go like this to see if they can hear air or whatever. It's already loud in here anyways, but don't ever do that because you can actually ram that wire or jam it into your head. So never point this gun at your face. You know, always just, you know, if you gotta hear air or something, you can go like this side or whatever, but never have that where it's coming out at you. Go ahead and put our tip back on, or our nozzle back on. Clip it. We got it set to 11. We got it on this gas. Now I can actually change that and put it on the A gas, and I can do spray transfer with it. So if I was going to do that, I would shut this one off. Go ahead and you got to turn this till it gets to a certain spot, lifts up. This one will pull right out. This one pushes right on. Turn this one on. We go ahead and set the CFH for that one, and we're good to go. Very simple. And then at night, you got to make sure all these are shut off. So you should always look around your booth, clean up, make sure everything's off. But for today, it kind of shows you right here exactly. We use these two lines because these are the two, A and B are the only two lines we actually use here for 75-25 and 90-10. This one would be argon only. We wouldn't use that for MIG welding unless we were doing aluminum side, and we'll show that one later on.